I made a total gross pay amount of $8,229.72. Hello guys, so this is the continuation of the series of how much I make every single month as a personal support worker working here in this beautiful country of Canada. So in this video, in this series, I'm gonna talk to you about my March payslip, which is I think the highest amount that I've made as a personal support worker in over 2 years. So my channel is all about salary transparency. How do I budget my monthly salary, or where do I invest my monthly salary as a personal support worker? If you are upcoming international student, or already here in Canada studying personal support worker program and thinking about wondering how much can you make as a personal support worker, I think this is the best channel for you. All right. Without further ado, let's talk about my monthly salary on March 2025. So again, I have my laptop right in front of me. So I just want to make sure that everything is loud and clear about the numbers. I actually am looking at my pay stub right now. So in March, I work a total of regular hours. To all of you who doesn't know, I'm a full-time PSW in one of the city on rural of Ontario, Canada. In March, I work a lot, like regular hours. As a full-time employee, you're allowed to work 160. So, but on March, I work on the regular hours, 135 hours, overtime. So, the reason why I have this much monthly salary on March is because I worked a lot of overtime. You don't believe it how many hours I worked on March 2025. So overtime, apparently I worked 98.25 hours. Can you imagine? Overtime, 98.25 hours. That's crazy. And multiply that by 1.5 rate, because that's overtime, and then my hourly rate of $28 point blah blah blah, so that's around 42. Like, can you imagine? The overtime alone pays a lot. So again, evening premium hours, I work 57 during evening. Nights, I work 33.75 hours, and weekend shift, because they pay weekend shift as well, 45 hours. Plus I had one stot holiday taken from my bank hours. So it was really a jam-packed last March this year, and it really bumped up my earnings every single month. So again, let's talk about the income. So to all of you know that my employer pays us bi-weekly, so we do have 2 pay slips in a month. So on my first pay period, my regular hours earnings, was $2,208.85. Again, all of the numbers are going to pop up on the left side of the screen. And then overtime, they pay me $1,283.25 Canadian dollars. Evening and weekend premium, it doesn't count much, but they added 37.43 bucks. And apparently, again, uniform allowance, which is 6.3 Canadian dollars. It's not much, but again, it adds up like eventually. So gross pay on my first paycheck, half of month of March, was $3,535.83. Let's talk about the second pay period. Again, all of the numbers I'm gonna pop up on this left side of the screen. Regular earnings, $1,577.76, and my overtime, guys, $2,850.48. That's crazy. Overtime, $2,850.48. That's a lot. And then so night, evenings, and weekend premium, total of $50.78. Stat pay from my bank hours, $210.37, and uniform $4.5 dollars. Good enough to buy a good coffee outside. So my gross on my second pay period was $4,693.89. So do you know how much I grossed on March 2025? So if we add up the 4,693.89 on my second pay period and my first pay period, which was 3,535.88, I made a total gross pay amount of $8,229.72 as a personal support worker. Like, can you imagine? There's a lot of people who doesn't want to work with this type of job because they can't handle like for example, they can't handle with people with mental illnesses like Alzheimer's and dementia, and they cannot handle all those bodily fluids, all those poop, like shit that we call it, or a crap, you name it, we know everything. But this is the type of job that really pays well. 28 point something Canadian dollars. It's a lot, and especially if you do overtime. So again, my gross pay was like 8,229.72. When I was like reviewing my two pay slips on March, I was like literally shocked because I made that much money. So again, that's without a deduction. So the next part is, of course, the deduction. So my net take home amount that is deposited in my bank account was 5,390.65 Canadian dollars. That's net, which is a lot, like a lot. For me, that's more than enough. That's like almost of my 2 months salary without overtime. Like, it's crazy. So let's break down the major deduction this month. On the first pay period, no, this is total. So in total, I paid CPP, which was 475.67 Canadian dollars. Employment insurance, 134.97. By the way, if you got any accident in one of your long-term care or the company that you work for, you can claim employment insurance. That's why we pay EI. Federal income tax, as you all know, that we pay the highest amount of that on our deduction. They deducted 1,657 Canadian dollars on my March paycheck. HOOPP and pension contribution plan, which is the private pension for healthcare worker, I think. I'm not sure if they're catering outside of healthcare, but yeah, I do pay HOOPP pension contribution. On my March payslip, they deducted 465.94 Canadian dollars. And again, union dues 66.62. It's just, I think, basically in every month the same amount. And dental and extended benefits, again, it's the same $35 in a month. So yeah, I mean, can you imagine having almost 8,500 Canadian dollar gross pay? Is crazy. Like, and the net take home pay was like almost 5,500 Canadian dollars. That's a lot for me, guys. So again, most of the chunk of that money goes to my either goes through my investment in the Philippines, because I do invest a lot. I already paid up my one of the beachfront property that I bought in Cebu. I also bought like almost a half an hectare, a combination, two lands of to agricultural land in my town. Again, this is not about to brag you guys, but this vlog or this channel is mainly to encourage you to like save as much as you can, invest as much as you can when while you're still young, because who knows what's gonna happen in the future. But you have to like enjoy as well in between. You don't just have to invest all of your money in this things 1, 2, and 3 and all of those investing platform or whatever. Just make sure that at least in between you enjoy yourself. You go for this trip. Go to Mexico, go wherever you want, as long as you're not overspending. So there you have it, guys. That's for my March 2025, and I do think that March 2025 was the best income that I've had in over almost 2 years of working as a personal support worker. So if you are really interested to become personal support worker, I do have detailed video on how to become a personal support worker. Basically, it's just 6 months compressed to 12 months regular program. It's very fairly easy program. You don't need much of like studying and stuff like that. It's basically like a common sense. You just have to study hard on the anatomy and the mental health, all those stuff, and how to deal with people with like mental illnesses like dementia, like or dementia in general, or Alzheimer's disease, or if they have like another type of mental illnesses. So if you are really interested about this type of content, just make sure you subscribe, that hit the button so you won't miss any uploads from this channel, Scripts to Freedom. I talk about, again, my life as a personal support worker. I started as an international student, and then look at me now, I'm working as a full-time personal support worker. I did not even know that I was like going to excel or going to like real enter healthcare field, but here we are right now, working and helping people who are in dire need. It's like very rewarding for you as well. It pays really good, but it's very rewarding that you have the chance to help all the people, like the old people, or not, I mean, different types of walks of life. It's just very rewarding, and like it's different. If you work in healthcare and if you really wanted to like do it, just do it. It's financially rewarding. It's sometimes it's emotionally draining, but like there's no like perfect job in the world. I mean, there's always pros and cons to every job in the world. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for like visiting this vlog. I hope you have a safe day today or night tonight. I'll see you in my next vlog. Ciao.